Today, we're going to talk about reading, and more specifically, how to find specific information in an article. Take a look at this spectrum, the spectrum of colors. There are colors that you like, there are colors that you don't like, but we have different associations. So some words are associated to specific colors. For example, ecology might be associated to green, or energy might be associated to blue. Fun might be associated to yellow. Young boys might be associated to light blue. Who would argue about pink and the association with young girls? Also, passion will be associated with red, and everyone would agree with that. Then loyalty might be associated with blue. Royalty with the color purple, and maybe elegance with orange. But these are simply associations. This is not something that is specific. It depends on everyone's opinion. Now, we're going to talk about some specific colors. In these pictures, we can see that these signs have something in common. Can you tell me? Of course, it's the color red. These signs internationally are used in order to attract our attention. So we have no smoking, we're not allowed to stay here, we should stop, we're not allowed to park, and the fact that we should be cautious. So this color is chosen because it has a specific reason, and this is what we're going to read about in our texts. So, we're going to be now much more specific in how to find our information that we are asked. We're going to read the text. Please read with me. Red is the color of extremes and strong emotions, passion, danger, and anger. It's associated with speed and excitement. So, it's no surprise that red is the most popular color for sports car. It is the most noticeable color in the spectrum. So, it's used for everything that wants to attract our attention in a hurry, such as warning signs on the road and fire engines. Now we finished reading with the text, and we have the question. Question number 1. Red is the color used for warning signs because it is the most A. dangerous, B. exciting, C. visible, and D. impulsive. We need to find the answer in the text that we just read. So, focus again on the question. It is the color that is used for warning signs. Why? What is the reason? Well, if we take a close look at the text, we will see that we have the answer. So, the answer is that it is the most noticeable color in the spectrum because we are referring to the warning signs. So, color red is used because we want to attract their attention in a hurry, such as warning signs. So, if we focus on the word noticeable, the answer given is that the answer is visible. We have got synonyms, and of course, we can see the answer in the text. It is the most noticeable. So it doesn't mean that the answer is going to be exactly like the ones given, but it might be a synonym because the word visible is a synonym of the word noticeable. We are going to move on with some other pictures. So, what do we have? We have a website, we have got some credit cards, and we have a tunnel as well. What do you see that these pictures have in common? Yes, of course, everyone would agree that they have the color blue. But why would someone choose to have color blue in order to be put in a website or in the other pictures that we said? Well, someone would want to put blue in credit cards so that the client feels secure, so that the client trusts their bank, for example. Or if we're talking about the tunnel that has got blue lighting, we would say that the people that enter this tunnel would feel secure and wouldn't be afraid, for example. So there is a reason why specific colors are chosen in specific situations. And this is what we're going to read about. We're going to read about color blue now. Please read with me. Blue is the color of security, loyalty and honesty. This is why it's used by so many banks. If blue is used on a website, customers will trust the site with their credit card details. Blue is a calm, relaxing color, often used to attract careful customers rather than impulse buyers. When blue lighting was installed on the streets of Glasgow, crime fell dramatically. So we read about blue, and now we have the specific question that we need to answer. So question number 2. What is people's attitude to blue color? We have the possible answers. It makes them do things more carefully. It makes them feel safe. It makes them report crimes, or it makes them decide to buy things quickly. Now again, I'm going to give you that hint that you should keep in mind. Do not start thinking that if I have a word in the possible answers mentioned in the text, directly that is going to be the answer. No. You need to understand the question very carefully, and you need to make this relation between the question and the answer, and find the answer in the text as well. For example, if you see the word crimes in answer C, and here in the text you had that crime fell dramatically, it doesn't mean that the correct answer is C just because you saw the word crimes. But you have to understand the sentence, the question. So, crime fell dramatically has nothing to do with reporting crimes. So, of course, it's not C or D. Some of you, though, might think that the correct answer would be A, because it makes them do things more carefully. Well, in the text, it says that it attracts careful customers, not that the customers do things carefully. And for this reason, the correct answer is B. It makes them feel safe. And we can find out the answer in the text. Blue is the color of security. So people feel secure when they choose that bank we read or that credit card. And also, it is used on a website that will make them trust this site. All right, we are moving on with some more pictures. We can see some beautiful pictures here of nature, how calm you feel when you see them. But on the other hand, we have got these two girls here. So I don't think that you have the same emotions looking at these two pictures and looking at that picture. What does this mean? That maybe different shades of a specific color might have different meanings as well. So the pictures with the nature might give us some positive feelings, whereas the picture with the girl that feels jealous because she doesn't have that much money as the other girl, or she feels greedy, she wants even more and more money, shows us that this color, having maybe different shades, might give us different feelings. This is what we're going to read about. So, we are going to read about color green. Let's read together, please. Green has always been the color of growth and nature. Now, it has become the symbol of ecology and environment. This is why it is often used on food packaging. There are different shades of green, and it's a color that has to be chosen carefully. Light green is fresh and eco-friendly, while dark green may be associated with negative feelings, with negative emotions, such as jealousy and greed. So after finishing reading the text and understanding, we go to the question. So, our question says, which color is not associated with positive feelings? Again, you should be very, very careful when you read the question. This question might be a tricky one because it says, which color is not associated? Usually, questions have a positive form, whereas this one, by putting the word not, might be tricky if you do not pay attention to that word. So, we've got positive feelings, and I guess it is very easy for you to understand which of those colors give you all those positive feelings, whereas the word not takes you directly to dark green. And why is that? Because in the end of the text, we read that dark green may be associated with negative emotions. So this is how we find the answer from their question in our text. So my advice would be that even if sometimes it is very easy for you to guess the answer, still you make sure that you find your answer in the text. Now that we finished reading all these texts, we're going to practice a little bit our vocabulary. In order for you to remember all the new words, you need to put these new words into word combinations. So, if you put the new expressions into combinations of words or collocations, or put them within a sentence, it will be much easier for you to remember them. Let's take a look at the first one. When was the last time you were in a hurry or in a speed? Well, what do you think is the correct answer? Of course, it is to be in a hurry, so to rush. Number 2, are you a sudden or an impulse buyer? Or do you plan your shopping? So, if you're not certain, start with the second part. So, do you plan your shopping? Or you don't plan it and you are what? You are an impulse buyer. So, you buy things without a plan. 3, what makes your heart beat or hit faster? And of course, the expression, the word combination is heartbeat. What sort of shops are you attracted to or attracted with? And the correct answer is that you're attracted to some shops. Number 5, do you think you are a typical consumer or a usual consumer? The correct answer, of course, is to be a typical consumer. And the last one, how often do you eat quick food or fast food? Well, I'm absolutely certain that it is so easy for you to find this last question. Now that we have done this vocabulary and the word combinations, I would like from you to have as homework, well, to reread these questions and to answer them about yourself. Make sure to use all the new expressions that we learned from the texts. Well, goodbye and take care.